like swing my earrings. Do something a little different while we wait to, we're making sure we're live, which I say every time, but some people are new here sometimes. We get a spike when we go live, so I think we have some watchers, which I super appreciate. Anyway, don't you love my spring earrings? They're fun. Oh, here I get to go like this.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, cool. Hey friends, happy Wednesday Friends Day. I'm so happy you're here. Emily is here with me today in studio.
Hello.
We're going to paint, I'm going to be working on this horse. There will be a full video and I'll get into that a little bit more in a bit. I just want to do a quick, I'm hanging on to my microphone cord, so I don't know how awkward that is. Just want to say quick, this Friday I'm posting some free wallpaper. You guys might like that. It's just a small way to thank you all for your support, your friendship. It just means the world to me. I'm just going to throw this on the ground, Em. And then I've got a new little series I'm starting that's coming up Sunday, May 1st, 2022, which I should have said that the wallpaper's 2022. I'm going to start a sketchbook because if I draw more, my art will improve quicker, and I think it'll be fun. So I just want to give a little tease for that. Would you just put that anywhere?
Okay.
Thank you. And then this is a 12-inch by 12-inch canvas from Creative Edge or Creative Mark. Yeah, you can sit on the chair.
I was trying to think, where's Freckle not going to be?
Who knows? She'll
Yeah,
be
I
there.
know.
She'll be there. Oh, you could actually slip it where the green tape is when you later.
Okay, when I sit down.
Yeah. So this is a 12-inch by 12-inch gallery wrapped canvas, Creative Mark, Creative Edge. It's 1.5 inches deep. I like these. I like these as well as I like the Michaels one. These are beveled. I don't know if you can see that. So you have a little bit more open space. And so what happens is, instead of having a flat edge where the flat piece of wood is, it comes to a round bevel right here. So some people might like that better.
Those are from Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon. I could put the link up there. Once this video is complete, I'll have a traceable on my website. I just finished the traceable, lesleetroe.com. It's not up there yet. When I upload the complete video from start to finish, then I'll upload the traceable. So isn't that fun? The traceable is 8x8, but you can scale it to whatever size you like. I just keep throwing stuff on the ground.
They're kind of landing in the same spot.
They kind of are. This is the reference photo. I just linked it this morning because I forgot about it. It's on Unsplash. I took the background out. I'm assuming, is that okay, how I'm holding it? I was kind of leaning out too. I'll also show it here. Oh, I might have to drop my microphone cord. There, does that show, hun?
A little bit higher, but yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's the reference photo. And hopefully it wasn't too much glare. Sometimes the color shifts too when I show it on my iPad.
Yeah, it looks kind of purple, but...
Did it? And then I put a black background in it for me on...
Yeah. Oh, he looks so purple, but it's fine.
Okay, we'll just stop. Okay, I put a black background in Photoshop for me.
Oh yeah, look how blue he looks on.
Oh yeah, that looks terrible. Okay, kiddo.
Okay, you ready?
Yep, zoom in. And then I'll situate my stool. Oh, that worked to loop it over my arm like a bracelet. Learn something new every time you do something. Practice, practice, practice. I'm just taking my palette, the plastic noises, I'm taking my palette out of a gallon plastic baggie. I'm probably going to stick it behind there. You'll probably still be able to see it. I don't know where I want to put this. I don't know if I'm going to use that.
I think
Are we in?
I think we're good. Yeah, once you sit, I might push it a little more, but...
Just try not to smash the...
Yeah, you're looped now.
Try not to smash... I love that there's long cords, but I don't want to smash it.
Okay, you're going to work on like the blank stuff?
Sorry about the wiggling, guys. My art table likes to wiggle. I'm going to work... Probably... I thought the bigger strokes might be more interesting.
Okay.
Because like if I do teeny strokes, I've done some eyes on videos. Emily made the sun, so the light's coming from up over here, which is really easy to tell in this reference photo. That's one of the reasons why I picked this reference photo. I don't know, is that like called the bridle?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it doesn't have a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So are we good, honey?
Yeah. Is that annoying where it is?
Nope. I just want to see how much, pretty much see everything. Okay.
Yeah, all of his face, his neck, Maybe like the bottom part of his neck gets cut off.
Well, the only thing I want to do, and this might be tricky, is like I want to show you the shapes in the eye. The eye isn't done, so I'm hoping that that is focusing and works, because I'm aiming. But so it might look a little more done on video than it really is, because I'm painting shapes that I see. But as soon as you kind of get back and you get it on video, it smooths it out and it looks more complete. So hopefully that was a decent tour. Oh, it looks like it was. I'm looking back over my shoulder.
Yeah, I made this one extra big in case you turn around.
Emily is just awesome. I got to tell you, she's just awesome. So I'm putting together a puzzle. You know, like I think I want more. Maybe I will use this some. I don't know how well it'll show, but there's more value shifts around that nostril. And right now I just have pretty much a straight up gray with a little highlight. So I personally like to add a little bit more realism to it. This one's probably going to look more real because I don't have a lot of fun long hair to play with and pull out. My colors. I painted the background with 2 coats of Mars Black. It was a white canvas. If you have a black canvas, go ahead and paint it with the black you have in your studio. So that way if you need to touch something up, the blacks match. I think that's a real good tip to keep in mind. I did 2 coats and I realized that you can see some brush stroke direction even though it levels a little bit. So on the second coat, I came back with just some crisscrossy strokes. So then it doesn't matter. Hopefully that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So Mars Black. Here, we'll do that. I used burnt sienna, which is this reddish color right here. And it makes a really good burnt umber when you mix it with black. So that's fun. When I take the burnt umber and pull it out, put a little yellow in it, it makes a really nice unbleached titanium. So that is now the tube I mixed that color. I have cad yellow medium hue, just the yellow. I hear Freckles meowing. I don't know if you guys can hear. She likes to be heard. And then the cad yellow with a little bit of the burnt sienna, sorry, makes a pretty soft orange. And then titanium white. You know, I think I used up my big tube. I need to buy more heavy body in the titanium white.
Mm. Like the jug looking thing?
No.
Oh.
It'd be in a tube. It'd be, usually I have it in a bigger tube like this one. I just like having the heavy body because if I want a thicker look, I've got it. But hopefully that's on camera.
Yep.
The titanium white. And those are the only colors I used. So if you count black and white, and then the burnt sienna and the yellow, it's 4 colors. Otherwise, I have just a 2-color painting. Just these are the 2, what I would consider colors. I don't really consider black and white colors. Okay, I think that sets the table. I've kind of switched around with brushes, but like in the nose, I used a Simply Simmons #1. I've been using this liner brush lately. I don't know, it's something over 0. It's Royal and Langnickel Menta line. It's actually starting to get kind of fuzzy, so sometimes that doesn't help. The eye is pretty close to done. It needs some highlights. I need to I think I want a little more of a shadow up here. I've also been using some flats. I haven't used this one yet, but I think I'm going to because it'll be bigger. It is a 1/2" Craft Smart from Michaels. We've talked about it, but I do like the rubber grips. This is a craft brush from Michaels. It's about, 3/8 maybe. What is that? Where's my ruler? Freckles. It's a little over 1/4 inch. And then I haven't used that one yet. And then I have used this one some. It is about 1/4 inch, #6 Craft Smart. Okay, I think that sets the table. You'll see in the full video when I upload it in a couple weeks, I started with the leather straps because I didn't know where to start. You could start anywhere. But one thing that actually ended, it was a lucky start because it helped me find littler shapes in reference to where that is. Well, first actually I used a traceable scribble on the back with yellow chalk pastel and got my image on here like I do with many of my paintings. This is a pet portrait, how I'm treating this. I mean, An animal portrait. I gotta take a drink. I'm talking too much, you guys. And it really ended up helping because I could find like this shape in relation to, you know, where all the leather straps connect. So putting on the straps first really helped me. I probably painted in the eye next so I wouldn't lose it. And as I mentioned, you can see I've just kind of got some shapes going. One thing that was throwing me for a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be bothering me anymore, is I'm used to maybe putting a black line down and then blending it out or just painting over it to soften it. I already have the black. So I'm like, oh, I can leave the black. It took me a little bit to get my brain going to where I can leave the black lines and I can soften them out later. And then if you don't do that, you can just totally come back with your Mars black because it's the same black as the background. It's the black that's going to be in the horse. You know, it saves you by doing that. So if you buy a black canvas, if the only tip you get today, paint it the black you have in your studio you're going to use. Okay, I think that was kind of soapboxy.
Yeah, that was technically an 11-minute explanation, but it's probably a couple minutes for us to get
11
going.
minutes? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so
we're 11
sorry.
minutes in.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
All right, let's get to painting. I'm gonna I kind of want to ask you guys. So, if you know what this is called, let me know. I think I called it a bridle. I don't know. I think the whole setup when you, I don't even know what to call it. You know, tack up the horse, I think, is the term where you put the saddle on and everything. Mm-hmm. And I know the bit's what goes in the mouth. But somebody let me know. So this horse has like some dark spots here. I mean, could it be just warm and sweaty? I don't think this horse has spots on it. If anybody knows, or maybe that's where something was rubbing. I might
Could it just be shadow and like that's his neck?
No, because here I don't know if this will show. It's not. It's almost like I think I'm going to paint it out and smooth it out. But if someone can let me know, I don't know if they can see that. Maybe it's a spot. Maybe it is a spot, just in the fur. Anyway, anybody who knows horses, Tinker might know. Tinker likes horses.
Wait, you said you put the reference photo in the bio?
I did. It's underneath the links in the videos. It has 2 dashes in front of it. It might be right above fun stuff.
Ah, reference photo unsplash. Yeah, you might also is what it's under.
Okay. I mean, I don't. Oh, yeah, because the videos are, you might also like. Mm-hmm. If you think it should move, you can move it.
I don't think that's I mean, I think he changes in tone from like a coolie brown to a warmy brown, but I think that's like some weird like muscle in his neck.
I think it's more of a spot. When I zoomed in, okay, I don't know. Somebody can let me know. I think I might
someone will have to let us know.
I might smooth it out because really,
yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, the important stuff is always the face. Mm-hmm. So I've got a little of my. It's not technically burnt umber. I mixed it with the burnt sienna. I want to say raw sienna because I've been using a lot of raw sienna lately. The burnt sienna and the black. Take a little bit of the burnt sienna and just kind of start getting some color down and see what I think. And then the other thing is I keep thinking, this is too light? But it might not be. It might not be. Because I'm gonna definitely want this to fade out into the black. We just need to get some paint down and see. Mm-hmm. But I always overthink it before I do that. Just kind of funny. I say to myself the same things I'm saying out loud right now.
Bonita says it's called a halter or a head collar.
Ah,
that
halter. Bit. Halter. Okay. Thank you. That's part of the fun of painting something, you know.
Then what's the bridle bit?
I don't know. Maybe it's, when you said bit, maybe
it's the bit
maybe
part that goes in the mouth.
Halter.
Let's
yeah.
see.
I was originally looking for a horse that didn't have a halter, but I think I'm going to like this. And I think it's going to need to be more black in spots. But again, you know, I'm finding the edges and the pieces of the puzzle, and then I'll come back and adjust it all with another layer. Plus another layer of paint will give it some depth. This will lend to a lot of glazing, which you could do with either thinned out paint with water. Boy, I'm in teaching mode today. Or you could thin it out. I like matte medium because it's not glossy because this dries flat. You could use gloss medium. you could use something that's called extender. Just read the jars, see what it's for. It'll tell you. Okay, Emily, do you have anything? I haven't let you talk yet.
Oh, I was just gonna say that
I don't want that color.
a few minutes ago, Chase already dropped the $9.99 with the little goat.
Yeah, he might be gone, but Chase Man, thank you.
I think he dropped it right when you were like just started talking about paint. So.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to try and mix up here.
And then we have the little I don't know if Tinker's still in here, but because the little since she commented before the chat went live, her chat or her little comment, at least on my end, got booted out.
Oh, I wonder if mine got booted out too.
No, because you're the owner, so it just shows you talking to nobody, kind of. But
we learned something.
Yeah, but we have Bonita, and we have Suzanne B, and we have, let's see here, we have Eric in the chat.
Oh, hey.
And we have Susie G.
Hi, guys.
Oh, and Tinker. Tinker's here. I just scrolled to the bottom, and there she is.
Hey, Tinker. Emily just said your original comment was booted out or something. Or...
Yeah, I think it's just because she commented before the chat went live. Or before we went live. So then it's left in like the pre-chat. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to see if it pops up after it processes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned all my brushes I have sitting here. This is the 1/2 inch Craft Smart. I'm just kind of thinking values. So I'm trying to decide the main. So you can definitely see in the main, I've just kind of put in some highlights, and they look quite light. But it's actually this between these two grays. It's not as white, but on that black, it really makes it come forward. And the reference photo, this looks gray. I'm trying to decide what colors to do. And then I'm also trying to decide how I'm going to distinguish the mane from the neck. You know, big dilemmas. I think I'm going to grab a little.
Tinker says that the halter goes on the horse when you aren't riding them. So like this piece.
Oh, and then you like hook something here, down here maybe, and then you can.
Yeah, and then the bridle has the bit with the reins.
Oh.
So that's. So
you were right, really, Emily.
I was right.
Right without knowing it. Is that fair?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to remember that. I need to write that down. I rode a horse once when I was in, gosh, I don't know. I barely remember it. I feel like I might have been a campfire girl. Stayed at a camp. The only one time did I do camp. You know, we had the cabins and I even don't really remember it. I just remember the horse seeming huge compared to little me. I'm sure they were very gentle horses. But I really don't. For as much as I paint farm animals and stuff, it's kind of funny because I'm a city girl.
Yeah.
I think I'll just do this for now.
I don't think I've ever.
Have you ever been?
Ridden a horse? No.
I can't remember you.
I remember. I think I've seen a horse in person and like petted the horse, but for a couple times. But the only one I can recall is, I was in a mentoring program in high school, where I would go to.
Yeah.
So like your junior, senior year, you could be a mentor, and you would basically be like the older kid that helps run the freshman homeroom type deal. Because the freshmen, for some reason, have more like paperwork to fill out. I have no idea why. I feel like the paperwork we did wasn't like nothing.
That extensive.
It did not mean anything. I don't even know if we physically turned it in anywhere. We just made them do it. But so we met at like a camp type, and we had a day at a camp where basically it was just like.
That's right.
A group bonding thing that had really nothing to do with what we would be doing aside from we did camp bonding type things.
Yeah, no, well, and it's for the freshmen to feel more comfortable too.
Yeah, well, no, it was just us, like the juniors and the seniors at this camp. It wasn't there were no freshmen, so I have no idea why we did it. It was just like
maybe it was a fun thank you thing.
Yeah,
for doing
and because it was like this is how you're going to be a mentor before you mentor, but we didn't really do much. This is how you mentor. So, but we went to like a camp that was nearby. I feel like it was in Ashland or something. It wasn't too far outside of Omaha. And
Oh, that looks redder than I want.
There were horses that were out, and so me and my friend snuck off on our lunch break and went and petted the horses. But
I remember that. Is that what they had the zip line?
oh yeah, that would be that. Yeah, it would be zip line day. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like, I don't know how this is. I guess it's like a team building. It was kind of like when you take all of your employees to a team building thing that's not really that team buildy.
Yeah.
Is what it felt like. But yeah, there were like obstacle courses that are like when you're tethered into a...
No, I just said because I'm starting to paint off camera. Go ahead.
Very good. It wasn't that bad off camera. Just the little lower corner of his neck is gone.
I might move it down a smidge, but go ahead. Sorry.
Wait, move the camera down a smidge?
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
Well, but I see I might pop up to the ears too.
Yeah, well, then just paint a little. You're not that much off camera.
Well, but I'm going to paint down here too.
Oh, okay. Then I'll move it.
Okay. Sorry, honey, I totally interrupted you.
You're fine.
I'll work up here a little bit.
And I have no idea what I was saying, so I'm not going to finish it.
Zipline team mentor wasn't that mentory, but I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry about the wiggles, guys. So I've got a little black on my brush, and I'm just kind of darkening. That's what'll be kind of nice and fun is once I've got this structure down. To me, it looks almost too muscular. I mean, horses are pretty muscular in their faces, but it definitely needs some blending and softening, in my opinion. You could actually go the other way and make it quite shape-oriented and even make it like bright colors, and that would be a direction to go in. It's not like it's wrong. It's just not where I want to go. Hopefully that made sense. Thank you. It's so nice to have Emily here. She made those earrings, the daisy earrings. I should have plugged her. She has an Etsy store. I haven't plugged you in a long time.
I'm going to make a loud noise. I forgot to open this before.
Oh, man. I just complimented her.
I know.
Okay, so I'm just kind of I'm just playing with colors. I think I want, and after I had her move it down, now I went up.
Oh my God.
But I do bounce around, which could bug you a bit, but I'm finding, oh, that's way lighter than I want. Finding some values, and like if I see that's too light, then I come back and a little dark. Hi, Freckles.
Yeah, if you get much higher, you're off camera.
Okay, well. I zoomed in when as close as I could for the full video. Oh, don't go higher. When I painted the details, so I think you guys will like that. It will be time-lapse because I don't know how long this will take me. You know what? I gotta make a note to remind myself, to time myself to see how long it's taking me to paint things. Because I know I'm faster. So this would back in the day when I was timing myself, this would take me 10 to 12 hours. I'm painting looser, which is faster. Oh, I don't like that either because I'm talking. I know I'm faster. Practice makes you faster. So I'm trying to darken that back up. I may just have to let it dry. And oh, there we go. I kind of got it. So it'll be interesting to see how much, I don't know, how much lighter, darker, how many shapes I keep. There's kind of a shape here. Well, that's too light. And it might not be too light. I'm not used to painting on a black. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying both the challenge because I have to think. What's nice about changing it up is it forces me to pay attention more and think instead of go into old habits. So that part's awesome. I like the drama, so I get drama right away, which I also really like because that black is black. The Mars black covered really well with even one coat.
Is this 2 coats?
Yeah, this is 2 coats because I realized I had brushstroke direction, and I didn't want a specific brushstroke direction, so I came back with a second coat and just crisscrossed. And I don't think you can see it on the video, but just in case, because when you varnish it sometimes, like I can see there's a little, almost like a blob here. I'm going to paint over it. The varnish will catch the brushstroke direction. Emily and I went to the Hot Shops, which is in downtown Omaha. It's a big 3-floor warehouse with a bunch of artists' studios in it. and we could see in one of the paintings really quite easily, they had horizontal brush strokes. And then when you varnish it, it can catch the light, so it can even make your whites whiter, or the whatever color that was whiter. If you have a light coming down on it, it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about the abstract one?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like I only started paying attention recently that if you even want to try and get a little more pop, and depending on the lighting on the painting, you can pay attention to your brush strokes. But for the most part, my brush strokes follow the shape of the animal, the direction of the hair or the fur. I really don't, I don't worry too much about the lighting. Okay, boy, Emily.
Oh, Tinker says that she hears Kitty, but that reminds her that they got theirs back last night, and now she's super clingy and will not leave my side.
Oh, good. Good that she's back. But
Yeah, I wonder what Kitty's like. I will never leave my food bowl again.
Yeah.
So happy you got your kitty back, though.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Did you have to leave anything outside Tinker, or did Kitty just find their way home?
Okay, we need to lighten up here. Go ahead, hon.
Oh, no, that was it. Now I just wait patiently.
Oh, I'm going to do a commercial here pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. You have 3 minutes.
So this bugs me as way too light, and I think it's just the inexperience of painting on a black canvas. I offloaded my brush on a paper towel, grabbed just a little bit of white, but really I think I'm going to come back and end up putting this drama back in that I'm afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one thing I love about acrylics. They dry fast. You can come right back in and...
I think I like I don't know how you're liking it, but I did a study, I think at least like 2 or 3, like a series in one of my like college art classes that where you did black. I think we did like black paper with white charcoal.
yeah, that can be fun.
Or white pastel, chalk pastel, or something like that, and it kind of, if you have a hard time just trying to see everything and get everything down, it kind of removes you from that because you have to just look at the light areas to apply it. So it's almost like it was a nice break from having to, it's still a challenge, but it was also a nice break from the norm.
Well, what I'm finding interesting is that it kind of messed with my brain like it should, because I don't do it. But I chalk on the black chalkboard quite a bit. So I'm used to the black background.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's just funny. I don't know what it is. And I don't think it's everybody. Like, I really want to line up all my patterns, my brush strokes, I like things all lined up and neat. It's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't leave this black up here because it goes black, I can come back with some black, which is so nice because it matches my background. So glad I thought of that before I started this one. That, what you paint black isn't always the same as if you buy a black canvas. It's not always the same color. Let's see. Yeah, see, I think I'm going to like that. I'm going to hint at... I think I'm going to stop for a second and straighten up and do a commercial just to straighten up.
Tinker said that she was in their neighbor's garage, and then the kids could hear the meowing and saw her walk into the garage.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you were thinking last week that since it was raining, was it last week or a week before?
I don't remember.
But that you thought since it was raining, Kitty might have made her way into a garage.
Oh, yeah, and we were talking about leaving out, like, the cat box.
Yeah, the cat box.
And,
I can't remember if that was the week before.
Maybe it
Dang,
was.
then that was a good week in between.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so next week will be what's on my easel, and maybe for a few weeks, Emily's moving to a house, if you haven't been following along with us. So I'm planning on helping her move. Otherwise, if I don't help much, I'm going to work on art to my agent. So the next couple weeks is going to be similar to this format, what's on my easel. I'm going to be working on this pet portrait. This is Hope. Isn't that cute? I would encourage, I don't know how it looks on video, but I would encourage, if you can, to get the person sending you the photo to send you I think people save photos small on their phones to save space and memory.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they send it to me and I enlarge it to scale, because it's going to be 14 by 18 inches, I can't see the detail as well. But here I didn't, this is a friend artist of mine, so I didn't push too much to get a better photo. But you'll get better portraits the better your photo. So a little lesson there, a little art tip lesson there. But it'll be cute. The corgi will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank, I'm looking for my art hug. I want to thank Art Hugs to Catherine B. and Joan D. for sending money to support, here, should I make it dance? To support the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your support means so much. I bought paint, so I really appreciate it. And that's all the commercials I have. I kind of did some commercials up front too. Okay. Plus, that let me sit up straight for a second. I like that. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Walking with Tamsin is here. That's a fine-looking horse, Annie.
Hello. I love their videos. Where did they go? It was really cool. The old buildings, probably 1500s. I don't even remember the date. It was just cool. Cool. And the kids are adorable. But thank you. It's fun to connect with you. I wonder what time it is. Where Walking with Tamsin is.
Mm-hmm. Bonita said, my 2 labs took gate remote off and off the ATV and escaped for 3+ hours last week. I was terrified I'd never see them again. Yeah, and you have a lot of land around you, Bonita, I would be spooked because, I feel like a neighborhood, I feel like dogs are easier in a neighborhood. Cats can hide. Maybe a little dog can hide too, but if you have a lot of land around you, then that just makes it all the more difficult.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw a post. I don't know if I commented or like it, but I remember seeing a photo of the labs.
I'm so glad they came home, though.
Yes. My gosh. Freckles is my buddy.
I know.
She's here with me all the time, whether she likes it or not. No, I think that wasn't nice. She does. She's, has several places to hang out in my studio.
It's 6:30 p.m. where Walking with Tamsin is.
Oh, okay.
Just at tennis practice, so watching you paint is perfect for passing the time.
So it's the same, probably about this. It's the same time as my friend in the UK, which I guess makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
thought
think
it might
when he pops in, he usually says he's making dinner. So.
Oh, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Oh no, you're talking about
another friend of mine that lives near Liverpool.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't want to qualify too much just because I don't want to give away her anonymity. I can't say the word.
Anonymity.
Keep her anonymous. If I just said her. So I'm struggling a little bit with the highlights, but I think I'm just going to blend it. This is actually really thin. Got quite a bit of water in it. And yes, you can have too much water. I've never experienced what happens with that. But I've got 2 layers of paint, too, which will help things bind. And then I'll put more paint on top.
Bonita said they got about a mile from home. Wow.
Yeah, but a mile in any direction, maybe, with a ton of land, just like, oops, wrong color.
That's a big circle to cover.
Yeah.
Because, we live like a mile apart, right?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So that's big. If we had to go through every neighborhood,
Yeah. The 2 major streets are a mile apart.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that helped her.
That's a lot of land to look.
Yeah.
And then, if you are putting it like a dot, and then you have to go all the way around in a circle from that. Wow.
Yeah. So there's some nice sort of black horizontal strokes on the neck, which I'm going to get in so I don't forget. I'm getting a little weird blending there. It might be a little wet. So I'm just grabbing a little black, kind of come up. Yeah, it's not showing, but I think I'll see them and it'll remind me if nothing else. A lot of what I do in the first layer is remind me I want this. And then sometimes I come back and decide I don't want it the next day. The next day will make a big difference to me. I'll see it a little bit differently. I like working on more than one painting at a time because I get fresher eyes with each painting when I come back and work on the other one. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm not on top of it all the time. I'm not fussing with it all the time. I'm not fighting with it all the time. That sounds like I don't like painting. helps. Just take a break, go for a walk. Emily and I went for a walk the other day. It was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
My legs were killing me.
Yeah, I got us lost for a minute.
Yeah. That's what's so nice about phones. You just pull it up,
I know.
see
Yeah.
where you are.
Well, usually the one route I know,
Just
and
turn out the
then
right color.
sometimes if Chase and I want to go a little longer, there's like an offshoot he always takes us on, and I did not pick the right street. I don't know how I didn't pick the right street, because it's usually, there's only like 2 streets on that street to pick from. But yeah, I got us lost, so I added an extra. And it looped us back. It didn't even loop us anywhere different. It just looped us right back to where we had been.
Oh, it was great. I was totally happy. I'm losing the cheek here a little bit, but part of it is because my nose is a ½ inch from my phone. Maybe I've got my old glasses on. They're short, so I don't have to tip my head much for the reading part. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about it, so I'm gonna kind of fuss here a little bit. I was gonna work down here, but kind of
Where that light, where the light splits from the dark, is that where it is? Or is it where you're working? Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, you were losing him.
like, huh?
Well, it's a little slow, so like
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know exactly where you're painting.
Yeah, that is hard for you. I don't know. I don't think I would be a good moderator. Is that what you are? A moderator?
A moderator. Yeah.
I might just put this in brighter than I think it needs to be, just so I don't lose it. It's gonna dry darker too. Just kind of scrubbing, scumbling, makes it darker too. Oh, that's too straight. It's bugging me. Let's try it again. Maybe if of course, it would also help. I'm gonna pull my head in front of my painting here. Okay, that is to me just garish, but I think the shape is better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I can come back with a glaze. And I might change that again once I step away from it. See, now this is too strong, but I really don't want to lose the cheek too much. Okay, let's go back to what I was doing here.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be black. How do you handle the fade out? Well, kind of like I was right here. You just put in some color and I can come back with the black and blend it in. If it starts drying on me, I can blend it wet on wet. You have lots of options, but let's go back to trying to do that. I kind of want a little warmer. Well, maybe we'll stick with the gray and then we'll come back with a warm glaze. Glaze meaning just a light layer where some of the color is going to show through. That's almost too dry. My voice is a little rough today. Oh, we've got fans going. That's why I'm like, why is my palette drying out? Here.
Yeah, it's about to be summer. It's
It's gonna be
summery
80 today.
I know.
So you could add medium to kind of wake up your paints. That doesn't dry out as fast as water. I tend to just do water, but the water evaporates quicker. But it tends to just sort of help keep the moisture in, whereas the medium can make my paints more transparent. I'm just kind of used to that system for me. But the medium would dry slower. Well, see, I grabbed brown and I really didn't want to do it. I had my plan of glazing later and then I didn't listen to myself. Oh, that's all right. Let's just we need to get some paint down so we can make more decisions. Make a couple decisions and then you can make more decisions. Kind of like, you can only get in your car and then turn right, then turn left. And oops, you can turn around if you went the wrong way. Or if you go on a walk. Should I go do the walk analogy?
Yeah, do the walk again.
Okay, so one thing that's bugging me already is this is going to be darker than that. So let's grab a little lighter. I might need a smaller brush. Need a little lighter. I just don't want to lose the end. Oops. Of where that leather strap goes. Maybe I will.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a pretty warmy brown to
Yeah.
get separate. Or
I think I'm going to do this because when I look at the reference photo, it's really black. I think I left it like gray so I wouldn't lose it.
mm-hmm.
I think we'll come back and do this now. A lot of this is quite black. I'm going to keep that edge so I don't lose it for now. Just do that. I like my road maps. I was like, oh, geez. So I'm just kind of pushing. I don't have much paint on my brush. I'm just kind of pushing it up in there. And you can leave a little black like I am. You can come back and fix it once you know what you want everywhere. Actually, that's working pretty well. I'm not unhappy with that. Oops. Oh, a lot of times on this easel, I'll set it up on the edge. There's a little ledge it can sit down in. But I want the color to go around the bottom a little bit, and I'll come back and touch up. Because I paint over around the sides in case someone doesn't want to frame it when they buy it. So it would have been easier to paint the body of the horse first and not these straps. So here's where I made that harder. But I ended up liking the straps for all the reference points it gave me, which I talked about earlier. You know, like there's a little line here, there's a little C shape there. You know, there's like almost a little triangle here.
Yeah, it does
about
help
halfway.
you gauge.
It's almost like a grid.
Yeah, it grids it for you.
Yeah, I'm like that. And to me, that's more important. Was more important because I always paint the strap back in. And maybe I want that. Here, I'm gonna grab a little. Just put my brush and a little bit of my mix. It's not burnt umber. It's the brown I mixed. Let's see what I think. And I might just leave a black edge there until I totally figure out where I'm going. And I don't know how interesting this is. You guys let me know in the comments. I see sometimes, Emily, I just ran across this just like a day or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
Painting video, no talking.
Oh, that's like in the title?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, oh.
That's not good for us here. I don't know if I guess we probably could if we made a point to not talk.
Well, but I get complaints about the time lapse, you know, and just like a little music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've only gotten one complaint that they don't want any music. Most of the time, if it like that first cow video that's like 3 minutes and no music and no nothing,
mm-hmm.
I've gotten comments like, hey, how about some music?
How about some music?
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm not going to please everybody.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like it would be so awkward to not have to just dead silence. I don't know though. I guess I don't know. I don't know the YouTube art space as much as you, but I would feel so weird to just sit in silence.
Well, for me, if I don't talk, I'll paint faster.
That too.
You know, I kind of like not talking, but I was like, uh-oh. So we'll just keep an eye on it and see. We'll keep an eye on the feedback. We love the feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Do ASM, just like where you whisper everything. Okay, we're gonna paint the ear now. So it's very gentle.
It'll be like golf.
Yeah.
She's approaching the cheek.
Yeah, when like the golf announcers that are there physically, not just like announcing over the TV.
Oh, it's in the water. Sorry, I like that better probably than anybody else does. I don't like watching golf. I think I want this darker up here. You can use a smaller brush. I want to kind of hinted body. I just got my hinted body. This one's probably, did I already say this? This one's probably going to end up looking more realistic. I think I did. Because I won't be able to play with the fur as much.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that. We'll see what I can play with. I might put in some bigger brushier, larger strokes maybe to loosen it up in areas. You know, get out look at this one. Grab this one. You'll have to watch the full video when it posts. This is a 1-inch. I could get some fun, bigger brush strokes with it. That'd make it look looser and, for lack of a better term, artier. But right now I'm worried about structure. Okay, I've got it blending out about right there in my reference photo with a black background.
I really like the black on the black.
What was your idea?
I know.
The horse was Tinker, and then another person asked me for a horse too. Was Tinker, and then the black was you. I'm like, ooh. And then after I said, oh, we could kill two birds, maybe I shouldn't have, because it'd been another video just to do something on black.
Well, I think you could do
I can do more.
more, yeah. Because it is it's a different process. Instead of watching you lay in the dark, so you watch you lay in the lights.
I don't know the landscape artist's name. He's got a YouTube he starts every one on black. Yeah. He does bright, bold, in my mind, I think he does bright, bold landscapes. There, that might work. That might be too faded out, too, when I step back from it. I am like 4 inches from my canvas.
Ooh, like a Canadian goose.
Oh, yeah, that could be fun.
Or like one of those
They're
mallard
so mean.
ducks would be
A duck. I've got
good on black.
I've got
That'd
a
be pretty.
duck one I'm thinking about. I've started putting the duck heads together in Photoshop.
Mango on black, because you did mango on the.
I could do Mango's eyes, and like I did on the chalkboard, where she just kind of pops out of the black,
Yeah.
the background.
And you did like purples and blues.
Yeah, I thought about doing.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say I thought about blues and purples in this one, but I don't think I want to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you need something like. I like the browns, and it looks very beautiful. But like, it would be fun if it was something that was black. So then you kind of have to pick other colors, you know. Because this is a dark brown horse, you know?
Yeah, I wonder if there's a kind of horse. It might have a white spot here, or it just might be so much sunlight.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's one thing about painting. Artists say paint from life, because your camera will blow things out and adjust things, and everything shifts color. I think it's just a really light highlight, because I think there's another photo of this horse, and it has a pretty brownish blackish face. And a black mane, even though I've got all these highlights up in here. I think, not yet, Emma, but a heads up, I'm going to have you move up here.
Okay. Just tell me when.
But this is drawing a little darker on me.
A Susie G says Jed Dorsey. Is that his name? The painter?
It might be.
Okay, then I'll look it up.
Thank you. I love you guys.
I was looking up the weather the week of my move. Working hard.
Do I sound disgusted? I'm trying to sound kind of disgusted at Emily, but it's hard to do. It's hard to do that when you love somebody to pieces.
Was it on YouTube?
YouTuber, yep.
Okay.
But I don't know if they have a YouTube channel, because I watch those Streamline art videos.
Oh.
And that's where I saw it.
Let's see.
It might be Jed Dorsey. I recognize the name.
Do you watch Acrylic University?
Oh, I don't know. I think probably have. So now I'm wondering if this is too light. But I'm assuming these comments help you, because it's not like, all is lost. It's just once I got used to the layers are my best friend. They might not be yours, but they are my best friend. I'm like, okay, this will just help. It'll add a little more interest. It'll add a little,
Yeah, it looks like he has quite a few videos on Acrylic University, but I see one on Streamline Art. Where did it go?
Oh, I was looking at my computer. You're on your laptop.
Yeah, so here, is it like this?
I think that might be him.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll go to the middle, or here's like towards the end.
Okay, hang on, I gotta twist again. I think it's him, but I can't totally tell.
Yeah, Jed Dorsey. It looks like Acrylic University is where I see, or his first initial videos that pop up.
Thank you for the help. That was Susie. Thank you. You, Emily. Yeah, you guys might like watching those. There's so much to watch on YouTube.
Oh, Acrylic University, that is him. Acrylic University by Jed Dorsey.
Oh. I'm just smearing with my finger. I really probably need to back off. That might be lighter than I want now. Okay, and when you can, I want to move.
Okay, I'll get up.
She says, and then she puts a splotch of paint down.
So you're going to scooch up?
Yeah, I'm going to work neck, top of head, face. Right here. Does that help if I do that? Oh, show you. People love looking at my hand. I really like to kind of work all over. Because I'm still working down here.
We don't get that luxury today.
Well, I don't know.
I might be able to
Closer can be better.
scooch it down a little bit. I'm gonna scooch it down just a hair.
Okay. I think I'm going to work here. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so nice.
Oh yeah, Susie says, I haven't taken his courses, but would like to. So he must do classes. And
Yeah. You know, I probably should take somebody's classes. I'm like, when am I going to do it? And then how am I going to upload?
yeah.
We'll figure it out. Marla Bagetta has a whole series of classes you might like. She does watercolor, acrylic, pastel. It was too wet, so I'm just going to kind of blot it. So I need to get some paint down in here and then come back. I'm going to lose my bangs. I'm just going to call it bangs. But that's okay. It's not like they're real critical. I might put in...
You'll give him a haircut.
Yeah, I might put this in a little bit too here so I don't lose this. I don't know if this... I think this is part of an ear fold. Let's see if I can do it. I'm wiggling with a little brush, or big brush. That'll be enough to remind me. I might lighten that up a little bit. So that's where it gets fun. I don't know if that's fun for you guys, but I kind of get a little of that yellowish coming through, a little. Okay, so we kind of almost need some, well, we don't need black. We need some maybe dark brown. Now let's clean, I'm going to clean off my brush just on the paper towel. Oop. Kind of worried maybe things were wiggling there. I think I'll just do brown so I can see it.
So we really only have 1, 2, 3 more lives until we're doing them at night.
That's right. Thank you. I meant to make a note that we're moving June 1st. We're moving to 6 p.m. Central Time. Thanks, Em. I put it in the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a heads up. I kind of didn't want to do it because I feel like that's advertising. I want the group just to be chat. I'm like, well, but those are people who might want to know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Make sure they know that we're moving.
Yeah. So 6 p.m. Central Time, Wednesdays, June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So we still, I didn't want to lose Wednesdays, Friends Days, so.
Had to keep the Wednesday Friends Day.
Well, I think that it makes it easier. I mean, it's kind of corny, but when I had the Second Thursdays chat group for art licensing
it was called
artists, it was called Second Thursdays, and everybody knew when it was.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'd get the time messed up, but eventually they would get the time too. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting a little more warm in here maybe than I want. But I think we'll just leave that. So if you wanted to do wet on wet blending, you could do little areas and get them all done. But for me, I've been lately, and I used to do that a little bit more, and lately I've been more focused on where's my light coming from and then coming back and even emphasizing things. I think that makes sense. I over-explain because I don't think I make sense.
I think it's good to explain.
Yeah, but I think sometimes more succinct is better.
Oh, maybe.
And so sometimes with a horse, sort of the muscle or the shape is more important than the actual fur direction, because I can even see, I think the fur might be going a little bit more like this way. But I think this, at least for now, this shape is more important, I think. And if you get it wrong, you fix it. And there's actually a little triangle. I might just draw it in. And again, if you don't want it so realistic too, use a bigger brush, bigger shapes. You don't have to paint it like I do. Oh, I'm really debating. This is browner in here. I'm kind of scared to go down there, so I'm just going to play here. I sneak up on everything. Like I really don't. I don't know if you can see the mouth. Probably not, huh? Oh, you're looking at the Sherpa.
Yeah, seeing if she's still alive.
Oh, you can see the mouth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it looks much better on camera when I turn around and look at the video, but to me, it looks kind of almost creepy. Like it's too muscular. There's too many muscles there.
Muscles.
Muscles?
He's got mouth muscles out the wazoo.
Yeah, kind of like, I don't want to say what I'm thinking. Because it's kind of gross.
Yeah. He does have mouth muscles.
Well, he does. And they're quite pronounced, but it still just looks a little too...
It does look a little too...
creepy. I want to soften that a little bit, even if it's not softened on the photo. Oh, yeah, my paints are really drying out. Oops. Whoa. Scary. I'm just going to clean off my brush on a paper towel, grab a little water.
Suzanne says, I love your explanations. It always helps me out. So I think it's fine if you explain it in different ways. I think I've said this exact sentence.
Oh yeah, no, I'm complaining about the length of my explanation.
Oh, okay. Oh, the soapbox.
The over-explaining.
Mm-hmm.
And I might just not be aware. Because like when I listened to myself back last week, I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad. You know? It wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was when I was explaining. I'll get better at that too. I'm already better at talking and painting, so yay! I don't know if I like what I just did here. And then it comes the finger out whenever I don't like it and just kind of soften it up. I need to get back. Oh, that's not so bad, but it might be a little too shapy. A little too shapy.
Susie says, me too. So we're all in agreement.
But I'm not even sure about what.
I don't know either. I think about your explanations.
Oh, okay, they're fine.
Yeah, your soapbox is fine.
Okay, thanks, guys. I appreciate the feedback because I will get better. I think I need to leave this alone because I'm not happy. And then sometimes I'll come back and go, oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. You just stared at it too long.
Yeah, I think that's what experience, the more you paint, that helps too. You just go, oh, I just got little cranky pants going. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is something to be said about staring at something too long, though, because,
yes,
like, if I'm, I don't know, doing something more graphic design-like, and I've stared at, like, the word boat for 30 minutes now, it starts to look really wrong. Like, it starts to look like I spelled boat wrong, or you just look at it too long.
Yeah. Okay, my paint's getting hard, so I'm going to grab my palette knife and some water, and I'm going to cut. So during the summertime, I'll end up scraping off my palette. I can get away with it in the wintertime, which is weird, but I think it's the fans going, you know, because there's more humidity where I live in the summer. But it's I think the fan moving the air more in the studio. So I'm just dipping my palette in water, and then I cut into, oh, that one's okay. Cut into paint, clean it off on a paper towel, dip it into clean water. But I'll end up just scraping this off and mixing a new palette. Because I know my only two colors are the burnt sienna and the yellow, so that makes it super easy. I leave my colors out while I'm using them in case I forget. A lot of times I just know what color after so much time. I want to call it the wrong name, but I know what it is. I'll grab the right two, which is funny. My white's doing pretty good. And so, but that's it's just kind of a game because the water will help it evaporate. It's just kind of a weird game. But I don't want matte medium in there. Just because I don't like the extra transparency. I like to add it only when I want it. I want to be in control of my transparency. Does that sound funny?
No.
I don't know if that's on camera. I don't know how interesting that is to watch, but I gotta
Yeah, you can see it.
I gotta do it because it's happening to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can, is that burnt sienna right there? What is that?
Burnt sienna. Yeah, I keep wanting to right here.
That one is, you could see how tacky it was when you first cut into it.
The top of it.
Yeah.
The other trick you can do is have bigger blobs out and just keep kind of pulling underneath the skinned area.
It looks like you might need a stay wet palette.
Well, I can't. Yes, we need cameras. I can't hold this stay.
I thought the stay wet palette was on your Mother's Day wish list thing.
It is, but
is it too big?
I don't know if I can hold it up.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, I do want one. I want to play with it. I was wondering if it's going to be too big for videos, you know, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You were hinting at, I told you no Mother's Day because you've got big moving expenses.
I have a brother.
Make favorite brother pay.
Yeah. I'm the one that...
Jack, do you know this is happening?
I
know he's not watching.
I arrange and then
Oops.
he pays. I could do that. I bet I could swing that.
Probably could. Oh yeah, that one's crunchy on top.
Bonita says, I need all the help I can get, so appreciate explanations I can understand. Yeah.
Well, I'm worried that I over-explain and they're too hard to understand.
Oh, you get too... I don't think so.
We'll find out.
Because maybe it doesn't make sense in the beginning, and then by the time you round to the end, it makes sense.
By the time I finally get to the point.
It looks like the one that's in the, it's, oh yeah, it's kind of big. It's 12.9 inches by 8.9 inches. So it's almost 13 by 9.
How big is this plate?
Probably like 8 inches around, 10 inches around.
8 3/4.
Oh, yes.
Emily's so good at that. That's the interior designer in her.
Yeah, there. Yeah. Oh, I got so good at guesstimating like how many feet is this, or like.
Oh, I'd be terrible at that in the beginning.
Oh, it was bad. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's got to be like 8 feet, and then I would measure it up in CAD, and I'm like, oof, no. And then in a space, I got better at it. I'm just like, okay, if I lay down, how many of me's can lay down? Because I'm basically 5 foot.
How many Emily's can fit in this living room?
So I need to, like, you know, if you want optimal TV viewing, you need, like, ideally
I can see
almost
the client looking at you
Emily's.
laying on their floor.
I mean, you don't physically lay down, but I'm just like, okay, I can fit in that.
No. I want to tell people that you lay down on people's floors to measure. No, you have a nice tape measure.
So it's a little, I mean, I guess it's what you gain in the
I'm going to go ahead and paint this. Go ahead.
the width of that Stay Wet palette, you probably lose on the other side.
Yeah, I was going to get one.
Mm-hmm.
Either for myself or as a gift, but see how it works. Eventually, it would work when we get cameras and.
Mm-hmm.
I hope when people, I send them a thank you when they send the money through PayPal or Venmo, and then I scroll back a month to see if, you know, because some people are repeat offenders, which just makes my day.
Repeat offenders.
Yeah, they've sent me money several times. I might even cry here. I gotta get under control. But like if they're new, I send them, you know, you might like my coloring pages, you might like.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know like if it goes into their junk, because I know someone finally responded to me and said, oh, I don't know how many months later, she said, oh, you were in my junk, that message.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to let them know that I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that between that and mentioning it on YouTube, that people know how much I appreciate it. It's so helped by canvases and paint, and you know, everything's going up. I can just really sorry. I feel like I've talked too long. I really appreciate it. I'm just trying to let you know how much I appreciate it. I can't come up with different words. I want to just like run up to you and hug you. Thank you. Okay, I'm just kind of playing a little bit, but that might be okay. I need to sit up straight for a second. Straighten out. So I don't know if it looks better or not. I'm too close to it. Actually, this needs to be a little darker there. This is too dark there. I was going to kind of work on that area.
You can turn around if you want to.
Oh, we've got some kind of glare going on, don't we?
Yeah. Like right. It just looks extra bright.
Yeah. Whoop. I just knocked something off the bottom of my art
little
table.
Palette for watercolor.
I don't know if looking at that is that much help. Okay, so I'm trying to imagine what's behind the. I think that's too dark. Oops, I just painted out. There's like a little. I kind of like this little black spot. I don't know why it's there.
So he is a little overexposed, which I could put the blinds down.
I think it's coming from the lamp on the left.
Oh, the lamp on the left. But it kind of, like, you can really see every stroke you put down, though.
Oh, no,
which
it's
is
not.
kind of nice.
You're right. It's coming from the right. You're correct. I'm sorry I corrected you.
No. I mean, it's coming from somewhere. But it's kind of, like, I can see every stroke you put down, which is kind of nice.
Okay.
I don't, if anybody else hates it, I can change the light, though. It's not too far. I'm trying to look in real life. It's not too far off from
It's just
real life. It's just
too
a
far
little
for me.
overexposed, but
Yeah, that's fine. It's probably just because it's a combination of on my monitor behind me.
mm-hmm. Well, and yeah, and your monitor looks, because I have it so blown up, it looks different from my laptop.
Okay, I'm not happy with that, but I just kind of keep getting closer and closer. I'm gonna work over here, and then I think we'll kind of have. Like I ignored this area. Is that on? Yeah, that is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost done with round one. Oh, we need to work on the main too. I don't know how far we'll get during the live. I think the eye needs to be darker. I think that's going to be a little too creepy orange. We'll have to see. So I painted the eye yellow. You'll see in the full video. Painted kind of a white and yellow combo so that I could then paint it orange and then kind of put a little, I made almost like a raw sienna. Let's see if I can do it. It's kind of, I've got more of an orange here. Oh no, that's not gonna work. I've got too much white in there. Go ahead.
I just got a text from our real estate agent,
Oh.
and
She's gonna be on the live.
she's gonna be on. That
didn't work
that we
so
have
well.
to do a final walkthrough.
Oh yes.
So I wonder if family could go to the final walkthrough.
Oh, I could, but yeah.
Maybe because that's not, I mean, like, we're buying the house, you know. I mean, I guess unless, like, all of a sudden since the last time we saw it, like, it's missing the roof or something.
Yeah, it's kind of your last chance to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really get the color I was looking for there. I was going to demo. But yeah, I think I'm going to make this eye even a little darker and then put the highlight in. I'm just kind of hinting back at these wrinkles. I like the wrinkles above the eye, which I'm not really putting back in, but I'm putting another color in to remind me to. And then that's too dark right here. Just kind of blend it out for now. Maybe. I just mixed a warmer brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not all. I kind of want to get some of the dents in there. All right, move on. Let's smooth this out. It might not be a good color either. So I flip, not all artists do. Some artists paint, and then do critic. I flip a lot. You can hear it in my little comments as I do little steps.
Mm-hmm.
I always think that might drive you crazy. I flip a lot.
Are you talking like, what do you mean flip? Like move around or?
No, I flip between, so painting, being creative, what I think should go there, and the critic. I do it almost like
all at once.
All at once, almost simultaneously. I can't speak today, which could bug some people.
Well, I mean, it reminds you to step back and look at your painting, not just at the end.
Well, some people will paint, step back. You know, like a lot of artists will say, you know, every so often step back from your painting, which is good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, to me, is different than just the inner. It's the inner critic, but it's also for me a little bit different because I flop quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I'm also doing structure right now. To me, this is like finding the edges of a puzzle. I need to come up with a better analogy. Eventually I will. Oops. I decided to tie a little red in, even if it's not on my reference photo, just to have it make a little more sense. And then none of this is this dark right here. Just kind of dry brush it out a little bit. Now I want this lighter here as I look at my reference photo. So it's funny, and with the structure, I'll follow the reference photo and I'll say, oh, I want it lighter here. And then when I go back and kind of look at the whole thing, I'll go, oh no, let's do this. I'll totally undo what I did sometimes. And like on the corgi butt, I added dark ears, tips on the ears. I don't know if there's corgis with that kind of markings. It had a black tail, but I don't know. Sometimes animals don't actually have the combination I put into them. Now, if this was a pet portrait, I would just keep following it. It's a little bit on wet blending here. I decided I didn't like what I was doing there. So then I'm just gonna, and I could leave some of these black areas, like there really isn't one in the reference photo right there. But it might be kind of neat to leave them. There's definitely some here I need to put some back in. I don't have any paint that's doing anything. So sometimes these brushes are a little too mushy to really paint with the corner. A little bit stiffer brush.
Yeah, they are the cheaper version or
But I
whatever.
like them because they're thinner, so I can get a thin
and
line.
they have the grip.
And the grip.
They have the cute little grip.
I'm looking behind my easel here.
Which is probably meant for little kids learning to grip. It's probably what that's for.
Well, or you got a little arthritis. I don't know, it's not really fat enough for arthritis. I'm looking for a fatter flat brush, but I'm not finding one.
Because I have the arthritis crochet hooks and those things are fat.
This would be nice.
You have to grip as hard if you have like a smaller hook.
Yeah. So I don't want to, right now I don't want to lose, there's a little darker, oh gosh darn. That's such a bad word to say, oh gosh darn.
Oh gosh darn it.
That's going to be too dark. I just kind of want, for now I think I kind of want, oh it's not dark enough, pretty darn close to the same value. And I thought it was too dark when I started. That'll kind of remind me, it's not much darker, but I think I'm going to end up going lighter. It's kind of dark gray. Oh, my paints are drying again. The water trick doesn't always help. Fresh paints and bigger blobs. When I price my artwork, one of the things I consider is I'll say, okay, 2 tubes of paint, you know, the canvas is $50. You know, but now I pretty much do, so a 12 by 12, I just add those two numbers, 24, and then right now my pricing is I just add a 0, so this would be a $240 painting. Some people do a square inch. I'm like, the linear inch I think scales better. It's been a while since I've double checked it, but the linear inch to me doesn't scale quite as well up and down, which is weird. That might just be something I'm making up in my head. But prior to that, because that'll cover my canvas and my paints and a good chunk of my time. When I get more of a following and more buyers, I'll raise my rates. I don't know if that interests anybody. Because I started at the end of 2019 in galleries, Emily, the gallery in Nebraska City.
Oh no.
I think so. And that's why I started painting some YouTube videos. That's when that cow was 2019, the black and white cow with the 3-minute. And then they had a flood, so people couldn't get in on the other side of the river to Nebraska City. It was just terrible. So even though I've been licensing my art for a dozen years, maybe?
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I decided to kind of do both, because if I can I don't think this horse will, but like I can put a cow on a garden flag. I got a new garden flag coming out with the cow that's in the intro, probably the sunflower that's backwards and the black and white cow. Oh. I've got that metal print above my art table, so it shows sometime. Sunflower the cow. There's a traceable.
You can see just his little nose in part of the sunflower.
It's supposed to be out May 2nd, so this Monday.
Ooh, yay!
But I don't know if it will be.
Oh.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're doing a mat, too. You know, like an entryway mat. So that'll be fun. But anyway, I've been doing that, but I don't know where I was going. Oh, I started trying to combine both. So I try to paint a lot of things that I can license. Stick on a greeting card. I don't know why I'm on that roll. I think I need to kind of stop and look because I'm just futzing with different shapes here. I took a little black. That's going to probably be too much now. I'm going to offload the black on my paper towel, and then I'm just going to kind of, that might be too strong now, but I don't want to lose that. And I definitely I need to lighten that whole thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do we need to do? I think we need to come back here. I need to stop fussing. I'm going to put a little white so I remember. So what's nice about this horse is I can do these little horizontal strokes, and they're kind of fun, and they don't really interfere too much. They're just kind of playful. They could be fur, they could just be arty. I don't know if you guys could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, now I'm in highlight mode. I need to finish my structure first. To me, the second layer is what's really fun. Oh, I've got a black hole in its head, don't I? I just noticed that. I'm going to take a number 1 round right here. And let's just grab some straight up brown. It'll be close. And get rid of the hole in its head.
Air can just pass straight through.
I don't know if it actually looked that way, but also I'm like, whoa.
And no, it doesn't. It didn't until you pointed it out.
Like, whoa.
At least I didn't catch it until you pointed it out.
Yeah. And then really I need to come tighter in here. And then it'll be really fun to come back with some, this is a little better here. I've hinted at some highlight for the brass. I assume that's brass. It looks gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a lot of edges here. You could leave them. I think I want them blended out more over here. There's a lot to do. I'm using a number 1 Simply Simmons. I think I said that, but just in case I didn't, I'm grabbing it really close to burn umber if you wanted to squeeze it out. I just mixed it with the raw sienna. Burnt sienna and black. Mars black. I'm not getting anywhere with that. Let's come back up here too. There. And if I go over my strap a little bit, I can come back and fix that too. So I have a lot of patience when I paint. It might not be your cup of tea. To me, it's really, this like going back and forth and just kind of blending is really relaxing. Okay, that's better. Still need to kind of creep in on things. Okay. Gosh, we only have like 11 minutes left. If anybody has any thoughts, do they know what kind of horse this is? You can leave it in the chat or in the comments. It's brownish, blackish.
It's so brown. Brown horse.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm assuming there's breeds.
Yeah, there are.
I was telling Emily I was super tempted. There was a horse that had, it was like a Highland cow. I couldn't see its eyes, and it had all this hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh. But I thought maybe for the first horse, we should do more muscles and face and,
Yeah.
you know. And then I really was looking for one without the, bridle.
The head collar or the...
We just got schooled and I forgot.
Wait, you wanted one with the mouthpiece and like the...
No, I wanted one without anything.
Oh, without anything. Yeah, so that... I'm scrolling. Trying to stall while I scroll.
That's okay. But I think it adds more, for me it's more fun, adds more interest, and it ended up helping me find the landmarks even better. On top of the whole traceable business.
Halter.
Oh, the bridle has the bit and then the reins.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if anybody has any questions, we're going to wrap up in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And I'll have basically layer 1 done. Oh, I keep forgetting about the mane up here.
Yeah, his hair's a little nakey.
Probably looks a little weird. I think I'm just going to
He got some bad highlights, is what it looks like.
Oh, we need a name.
Yeah, we do need a name.
We
Is it
need
a
a
boy
name.
or a girl?
I don't know.
How do we tell?
Well, we can't see
We
those
can't
parts.
see, yeah.
We can't see the parts. We do need a name. A title. It's got enough going on. I think we could come up with a title. I'm not going to paint those spots, but I'm wondering if that's a mistake. Someone can let me know in the comments. I'm not going to paint these spots.
I think that's straight up his neck muscle.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because, like, I'm looking at other
It's
brown
too
horses.
much contrast.
But, like, when I look at the picture on the
Well,
live...
are we
not
talking about
green-
the same thing, maybe? So there's like a black spot,
Yeah, it's like a boop and a boop. Yeah.
and then there's like a triangle
Yep.
leaf shape. You know, Emily's always right, and I always argue with her.
Well, I'm just looking at the reference photo, and it just looks like a weird neck muscle.
See, to me, the muscle goes here. Let me draw it a little bit. The muscle goes like this. There's a big dent.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But it's, like, under his neck, right?
Well, there's two of them. There's a black here. I'm going to put it in. There's a black spot under his neck, or hers, and then there's a weird leaf shape. I just don't. I think
Like right here. So this is the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think this is, like, weird neck muscle.
I think that's more like pattern in the fur, or no, that's not neck muscle.
And then, I think it's a weird something. And then this is just that.
We fight online. On live, I think that's more of a pattern because the muscle is vertical here.
Well, I think it's just something, like a tendon. I don't know.
We're disagreeing with a leg. That makes me laugh. That's kind of insane, don't you think, Em?
Yeah, like I can see that one, and then it's like a dent in his neck and then a dent in his neck on either side.
Yeah, that's definitely. So his muscle's big and it runs this way.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaf shape is not a muscle.
I don't know, but I think it's like a something. He's not a spotted horse.
Well, he could have a spot like he
could.
Like cats and dogs that I don't want to get into horse mating. And breeds, I don't know breeds. I am really interested to find out. That's what's so great about the lives and the chat and YouTube is someone's going to tell us.
Suzanne says, it's a beautiful horse. Tammy H says, finally made it.
Yeah, she's been waiting a long time.
Mm-hmm. And Bonita says,
Tinker's been waiting a long time.
horse is looking good.
Thank you. So no questions.
Not yet.
So I'll keep playing between brown and black over here. A little bit more red over in this area.
I'm trying to look up horse breeds to find our horse.
Yeah.
Does he have white socks? I don't think so.
I have no idea. I saw another close-up of the face, which I think is the same horse, but
So it could be
I don't know.
a few things.
We can focus on a name.
True. Yeah, we do need a name.
So all I can I don't want to say,
Yeah.
because people come up with really good
Mm-hmm.
names and. So I'm kind of tempted to paint in that spot too. Maybe we'll kind of hint at it. So I've got some black on my brush here. And I kind of hinted at, when I put it in there, I actually don't mind it too much.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Don't know, I can't.
We're just gonna base it off the name. Are we deciding for the horse?
Whatever someone comes up with and we like the name.
And we like the name?
The
Okay.
title, we'll just make it, then we'll make it a boy or a girl.
Okay.
Emily used to name everything boys. I always thought was kind of fun. So I might just hint at it. I'm not going to paint the leaf shape. I might just maybe just kind of mimic. Actually, what might be kind of good is just kind of mimic some of the horse shape, face shape. I can't tell. I'm getting glares and I'm leaning over to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell what I'm doing right there.
Okay, I have a name, and if we get to the very end and nobody says a name, then I will say my name.
Should I say what I can think of?
No.
No.
Wait till the end. See if we get anything better.
No.
No.
Mine's not that good. I could hint at it, and I bet you some of my fans will know.
Really? I wonder if ours is the same.
No, I doubt it.
You doubt it?
Yeah. I don't. If I say anything, it'll probably give what I'm thinking away. So I notice there's kind of a shape like this. And then it kind of goes like that. I might have this a little too strong. Okay, I think we've got most of it figured out. I'm going to come in with a little dark gray. I could come in with other colors. Should title the full video of this like painting with 2 colors or painting with 4 colors.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe painting on black canvas. We have to figure out what
Painting with...
will search better.
Well, you're technically using 3, right? And then tints and shades of those?
I'm using black and white, and I'm using burnt sienna and yellow.
Oh, okay. So you're painting with 2 colors.
2 colors.
And tints and shades.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to put in... That barely shows. Let's kind of come up just a little. I'll probably end up making that lighter anyway. I'm just going to kind of hint. So what I want to do maybe, whoops, I just dropped some water. What I want to do maybe I want to do it in this color. I'm going to grab just a little bit of water in the corner of my brush. Ooh, that's too much. Well, we'll see what happens. And then just kind of pull it out. We'll see how that dries. I can always come back with black and change that.
Okay.
There's not a lot of smearing on this guy.
We technically have 3 minutes left. So should we... What was your name?
Well, people can also put afterwards.
Touche. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
True.
I don't have to be settled on it this hot minute. So there's a show that I barely remember because it's before my time, but there's a horse named Trigger, and I think he used to count. I think, was it Mr. Ed?
Oh.
I don't know. People can help me, but Trigger comes to mind. Or maybe it was like the Lone Ranger and his horse was Trigger. I mean, that was a show that's a little bit older than me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Trigger.
Mine was Nutmeg. Nutmeg, like the seasoning.
Yes. I like nutmeg. Way better than Trigger. Nutmeg's cute. But yeah, I'm open to names if you guys want to post them. I have a feeling this is going to look a lot better because as I said, like, so if I put my brush down, my nose is almost to the end of the brush. I don't know if you can see that. So my face is as close as the length of that brush. Which is a little too close sometimes to really see how things are blending. But I also thought it might be kind of fun.
Susie says Trigger was Roy Rogers' horse.
Oh, okay. I think I mixed like 2 or 3 shows.
You really did.
See, I don't remember Roy Rogers.
Suzanne.
I could be old enough, but I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Suzanne just said, I'm the worst at picking names for paintings, LOL.
Nutmeg is cute. Spicy.
Mr. Ad was the talking horse, Tammy says.
Mr. Ed was the talking horse that maybe
Ad, ADD.
No, I think it was Ed.
Ed? Mr. Ed. Oh, she corrected herself.
Okay.
Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
So Mr. Ed was the talking horse. You could name it Mr. Ed.
I could. I don't know what that horse looked like either. I like Nutmeg so far.
I'm Googling. Oh, he had blonde hair.
I kind of like that. That might be too dark. I'm going to have to try that smear again. And then I was thinking it might be kind of fun to, maybe we could put one kind of here.
Oh, this horse also does not look like the Trigger horse.
Was it white?
It's like one of those, well, okay, I see a couple different horses. Oh, no, wait. It's like one of the sandy colored horses.
Ooh, those
with the light hair.
Yeah, those are pretty.
That's Trigger.
Is that like a buckskin horse? I don't know horses.
Which is also the same horse that is kind of like the talking one. Mr. Ed also looks like this horse. Oh, Tammy says Nutmeg is a great name. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Be nice to Emily.
Well, yours is not accurate.
Well, yeah, no. No, I don't. I didn't really. All I could think of, but I don't want to call it trigger, because then it's probably not the right horse, and it's not the right.
Yeah.
It'll be complicated. Nutmeg
Yeah.
is not complicated.
Yeah, Roy Rogers' horse is like, he has like a white spot on his, or white strip down his, the front of his face, and blonde hair.
Well, and Emily and I had a discussion about how I've heard people say that you don't sell horse paintings very much. And I did have trouble selling that first one, but it's hardly a good sample to know.
Mm-hmm.
Because people want their horse, and, kind of like they want their dog.
Yeah.
But I have sold cat paintings even when they own other cats that don't look like the cat painting I did.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be interesting to see if this sells. It'll probably sell like right away.
Yeah.
Because Emily's usually right.
Well, and I was just saying the opposite, because I've had like horse people, and they just like any painting that's a horse,
Right. You said they put them up in their houses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might be done playing for today. My leaning to the left is starting to get to me. Oh, over here. I almost put that in the wrong spot. So I just kind of keep sneaking up on the hair. I've got little reference points. And then I'll come back and darken them, because they're not this light here. And I don't want to put too many in, because I'm going to paint the horse first. If that makes sense. I'm going to paint the horse's face and head first. I'm just kind of playing a little bit. And it's kind of fun, like I just flick it. So I had a smear, and then I came on top of it with a flick. That's where it becomes fun and entertaining for people too, to watch, or to buy. They want to buy the painting, because what's going to sell it is probably some of the little soft details. I flip or flick the hair with a brush. Okay, guys, I think I am done. By hear Emily typing.
Oh, I can. If you're done, I forgot. I have to shut everything off.
Well, you're typing. Go ahead and finish.
No. Chase just replied to me about times and stuff. So
She was doing personal.
I was doing personal.
All right, so round 1 is done. The full video will be up in a couple of weeks. I'm so glad. Sorry to make you wait so long, Tinker, for this one. And there was another person, who I apologize, I can't remember your name, who asked for a horse recently. And I'm sure there's been others, but I already knew I had it on my list. I super appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's always fun to chat with you. Great big, I don't know if I like this actually.
we don't have to keep it.
I kind of like great big
Yeah, you
happy
can.
art hugs. And I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.